Hi, Hillary.
Hi.
I'm Amy. Thanks for coming in today.
Well, thank you.
I understand that you want to talk about a change that you're going to make.
Yeah.
So, where would you like to begin?
Well, there's a big long story behind it.
That's fine.
Okay. After I graduated high school, I quickly went to Central Michigan just because I got a scholarship there, and I didn't think very much about it. And so from there, I went on to culinary school, and then I quit culinary school to start my own food business, and a lot of that, this past 3 years has just been filled with trying to find who I am, and it's been really frustrating because I don't know what I want to do, and I know that's not important in life, or not important to know right away, but I'm not happy where I am. I live at home with my parents, and I don't really have a social life. I feel like even though I have my own business where I serve food to people, I feel like it's not going anywhere, and even if I were to expand it, I know I could be successful at it, but I feel like I would just be stuck there.
Kind of feel trapped.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to feel stuck. I'm young. I want to learn new things. I want to explore. I want to experience life. So I've been thinking of going back to school.
Okay.
Probably, well, I say it to my parents, I say probably, but in my head, it's definitely would be Chicago.
Okay.
So I would move to Chicago, live on my own, and go to school there. And
so let me just recap this for
yes.
a second so I know I have it right. So you've been to a few different schools. You haven't really felt like it's the right thing for you.
Exactly.
You came home. You're living with your parents now. You're not happy with it. You've started a business, you said?
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I love to cook, and feeding people is my passion. Even in college, I spent all of my time in the dorm kitchenette giving people cookies and cupcakes. So I moved home, and in this business, I make custom cakes, and I kind of cater for events on weekends. And during the week, I deliver lunches to people in the town of Ravenna. And I get a steady income, and it is fulfilling. I don't hate it at all. I do enjoy it. But I don't want to do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you're talking about it, you really enjoy it, but, you mentioned that you were trapped. So
exactly.
I can kind of see how you're feeling some stress here.
Very much so.
So tell me more about going back to school.
If I were to go back to school, I would finish my degree in Spanish, and I would possibly study Arabic or maybe education. And when I think about it, I feel really excited because it's a choice I've made on my own. I didn't, have other factors really influencing me. It's very liberating to say that I made that own choice. And I feel good about it because I know that a degree in Spanish is lucrative and a wise choice. And I know that I would enjoy it. But on the other hand, I'm very apprehensive about it because school is so much money. And I know that it's a wise investment, school is, but what if I don't even like the degree I get? What if I decide not to even use my degree? Then I'm $80,000 in debt, and I'll be trapped again.
Sound apprehensive about the cost of it.
Yes.
But on the other hand, that looks like it's the light at the end of your tunnel.
Yeah.
You feel some hope when you think about going back to school.
Exactly.
Stuck with your parents. So, do you have any plans for school? Tell me about what you've laid out as far as making this change.
Well, I've applied to different colleges in Chicago. to cut the cost down, the first year I would probably go to community college somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I would probably like start all over without any transfer credits. I know that would take me 4 years, but with the transfer credits, it's like I have to, continue on with this. It's kind of pathetic because it's a mental thing. Like,
why do you think it's pathetic?
because the smart thing to do would to accept my transfer credits from Central and to, get done with school in 2 years. But I want like a new start. Like I just want to start over.
Well, to me, from what you've said, that doesn't sound pathetic. That sounds really brave and courageous.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to have someone think it's smart. My parents wouldn't think so.
Let's talk about that. Do you mind?
Yeah.
What your parents think about this?
I don't mind. My parents, they love me very much and they've always been very supportive. But neither one of them went to college. So when they think about school, they are very practical and pragmatic. That was kind of the same thing. They think about the money it will earn and the job you will get and the skills you will learn.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's more about like a new experience and learning things I've never learned before, opening my mind to all these new ideas. And it's not so much about the end, it's more about the experience of it.
You have a different view than your parents do.
Yeah, so whenever I mention college, they always give me ideas that will get me through college quicker, that will earn me more money.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand, they do it because they want me to be successful, but it's really frustrating, like, I don't know, to have someone always deciding what you should do.
Seems kind of irritating.
Very.
So, what would it look like, this change, to you going to Chicago and starting school? What would that look like to you? How would that make you feel?
Like, how would I picture it? Or?
Yeah, how do you picture it? How do you picture yourself feeling once you make that change? What's the difference between now and then?
I see myself very active and, like, stimulated. Where at home, like, I kind of wake up in the morning, and it takes me about 2 hours to get out of bed. Then I do my lunch deliveries, which is fun, but then I'm bored again when lunch is over. And I just spend all my time on the computer. I run once in a while, but I'm kind of lethargic.
Okay.
And I don't have a social life, like I mentioned.
Why do you think that is?
Why I'm inactive, or
Just why it's so boring at home.
I don't know. It's kind of a mental thing. Like, I almost feel guilty for being bored because I know that it's kind of all in your mind. Like, your attitude is just the way you perceive things. But mostly it's just because it's the same home I've lived in for 20 years. And also, when I was at school, I was constantly around people and around things to do. And then to come home to nothing, where there's miles of farm and my parents and a dog.
To go from a university to home.
It's a big
Just
change.
a big change.
And I can visit my friends and I can get involved in the community. But it costs money to drive your car places, and it takes a lot of energy, and when you don't have the energy, you stay home, and when you stay home, you don't have the energy, and it's just this big, like, rut. It's a downward spiral, and I need to get out.
And you think moving away and going back to school is going to fix this? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned feeling guilty here about how you feel or being bored.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll feel like that at all once you move away? How do you think you'll feel about moving?
Like, feel about myself?
Yeah.
Or very confident. Like, I just see myself as a stronger individual and more independent. And I feel like I would have a better relationship with my parents because there wouldn't be the, stress of being around them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, in general, I feel really confident. And, sometimes I do feel guilty about leaving, but once I'll be out,
Mm-hmm.
I think that guilt will kind of dissolve.
Yeah. You feel pretty confident about moving out there and feel like you're strong. And I can see from what you've told me and everything that you've done so far that you are strong. And I don't think you're going to have a problem making your own way out there.
Hey.
So another thing that I want to focus on is maybe you said you've changed schools before.
Mm-hmm.
And so how making that change from one school to another because you weren't happy with it, and how you think this change would be different.
That's the thing. Sometimes when I feel good about this decision, I think it will be different.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will have a new start, I will be more active, and I will be more confident. But other times I get scared that it's just going to be the same old routine where it's fun for the first month, then I get bored and depressed and I hate it and I want to move again. And I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to be constantly running from everything. I want to be able to have a sustainable happiness.
What do you think you're running from?
I don't know. Maybe at Central, I was kind of running from the life there because it was a party school and I don't know, I didn't feel like I was, living up to what I could be doing. I didn't make as many friends as I could have, and my grades weren't the best. I just partied on the weekends and I just wanted another start. So then I moved to another school, and then now I think I'm running from that because of, like I said, the environment of living at home. So I don't know if I'm running from my environment or from myself.
You're not sure what it is, outside or inside.
Yeah. And
do you think, is there a way that you could tell when you just feel content? What would that look like to feel content where you were? Like you didn't want to run?
It's relationships with people.
Okay.
I don't know. I find, a lot of my happiness doesn't stem from, what I'm doing in life or how much money I'm earning or what I'm involved with. It's, if I have good friends around me or, if I'm making a difference in other people's lives or even being around children, just spending 10 minutes with a child brightens my day.
It's all about people to you.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're not really having that much interaction with people where you're at now.
No.
You didn't like the party people at Central.
No.
So you just want something new.
Exactly. And that's why I would like to be in a city because there's all sorts of different people. And maybe I don't want to settle down there. Maybe I'll move in a couple years, but I want to learn new things from people from different backgrounds. I'm just thriving for that.
Well, Hillary, I can tell that you're such a strong person, and after all you've been put up against already with the choices that you've had to make and the switching schools, you're still here and you're still searching for what you really want to do, and that's really admirable.
Thank you.
You haven't given up, and you really know what you want, and you're going after it. And so, unless there's anything else, I would just want to say that I'm happy you came in to talk to me today, and that I look forward to helping you with these changes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Hel.